Well, after postponing this trip for years because I was afraid of altitude sickness, here we are, finally, Machu Picchu. It is gorgeous. Perfect day, sunny, clouds. We're going to take a tour very soon, but this is the quintessential view of Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu, also known as Ancient Peak or Old Peak, is one of the 7 modern wonders of the world. In 1911, American explorer and professor Hiram Bingham found the lost city of the Incas, Machu Picchu. He was actually looking for a different city known as Vilcabamba. While the rest of his team was resting after a long walk, he was guided to the ruins by a 12-year-old local boy. Believed to have been built in the 15th century, it sits 7,970 feet or 2,430 meters above sea level on the eastern slope of the Andes and overlooks the Urubamba River hundreds of feet below. The city was made up of over 200 houses, squares, granaries, palaces, temples, and observatories. When Machu Picchu was built some 500 years ago, the Incas had no iron, no steel, and no wheels, which made the construction of Machu Picchu even more impressive. The stones in the most developed buildings throughout the Inca Empire used no mortar. These stones were cut so precisely and wedged so closely together that a credit card cannot be inserted between them.
One wall in one side for prevent erosion, all the Inca Trail. Now, so this started in Ollantaytambo in a kilometer 82 and finish here. 4 days and 3 nights hike. It's about 26 miles. The most difficult day on the Inca Trail is in the second day because the pass is over 14,000 feet. Many people cry. Many people say, no way, I go back, you know? Or the porters, the people carry everything, they carry on tours. Along the Inca Trail, we have many archaeological sites. Lookout, checkpoint, astronomical observatory, living accommodation, farming area as well,
The complex was used for economic, social, religious, administrative, and military purposes. Its location at over 8,000 feet above sea level provided a defensive advantage in case of surprise attack. The entire settlement was built, occupied, and abandoned over 100 years, with a population of between 500 and 1,000 people. Why was it abandoned? Was it overrun by hostile mountain tribesmen? A plague? No one knows for sure, as the Incas did not have a written language.
And then, for the National Geographic, Machu Picchu is considered like a royal palace for the Inca Pachacutec. Pachacutec was the most important king. Pachacutec who expanded the Inca Empire to the south, to the north, to the east, to the west. Pachacutec get the perfect fit on the stone. Pachacutec who built Machu Picchu. For another scholar, this Machu Picchu is considered like a university or learning place. Because the Incas were the best astronomer, the best engineer, the best mathematician, the best hydraulic.
Yes.
They need a special education, to read this place. It's just speculation.
What was the purpose of the terraces?
In that place you can see a narrow terraces.
Yes.
That's used for prevent the erosion or retaining walls. Not for farming. And those terraces the Incas plant orchid, flower, just decoration. This is the farming area. Look how wide is the farming area.
Right here.
This is the farming area, We are the farming area. That means we are still outside of Machu Picchu. This is amazing for construction of Machu Picchu. The only material here was the stone. The houses in front of us, there's the living accommodation. With the houses for a professor, then for the students. All the houses there. I look down below the semicircular building, the very nice stonework, one window. Can you see?
The circular
that's
one?
The temple, yes, that's the temple of the sun.
The temple.
Another astronomical observatory we have here. That temple has 2 windows. One window is for the winter solstice, the other window for the summer solstice. Okay? Look, all the green area. You can see all the green area. That's the plaza for meeting and for festival. All the green area there.
The green area.
Look the tree down below.
Yes.
Behind the tree, that we call the intellectual area. Intellectual area, where is the classroom.
Studying.
That's the reason very nice stonework for important people. And then behind the intellectual area, that's the houses for the working people on the other side, and then the industrial area on the other side. And look the pyramid shape. Many people going up. That's the famous sundial, or the hitching post of the sun. Another astronomical observatory we have here. Yes, something like that we can't buy Machu Picchu. The only gate to Machu Picchu is down below.
That's where we're going now.
This is the end of the Inca Trail.
Right.
And then, yes, other river ruins is communal.
But this is the barracks right
Communal
here?
place, yes.
These are the army barracks?
Yes.
Okay.
And down below the houses, for the professors and for the students.
And that's the main gate over there.
The main entrance door was the most vulnerable point, as it was the only way to enter the ancient walled city because the embankments in the interior easily repelled the enemy. The main door is the classic trapezoidal Inca form, which weighs several tons and would have been difficult to put into place. The city was sealed from the inside by a heavy door which was lifted and dropped via a complex pulley system.
The guardhouse and Machu Picchu Mountain.
Machu Picchu Mountain is up there. Here's another great view as we get closer to the bottom. This is the quarry.
The quarry supplied the city's builders with white granite. The Incas didn't have iron tools. They used chisels to open holes in the rocks into which wet wood was placed. The wood would expand and the rocks would be parted.
This is the main plaza. That's the principal temple of Machu Picchu because had a face to the Machu Picchu mountain. That's the reason the principal temple, Because Machu Picchu mountain is up there.
And the sundial's at the top.
Yeah, sundials on the top. So the most important in this garden is the coca bush because the Incas adapted, and this was the coca plant. Let me show you where the coca plant. Look, this small bush with a green leaf down below. That's the coca plant. Normally the coca plant grow my size. But here only that way because the altitude. Nowadays a controversial plant because the coca leaf has about 14 alkaloids. 14 alkaloids. One of these alkaloids is the principal ingredient for a mega cocaine.
Cocaine, yes.
No coca leaf, no cocaine.
Ah. This is a different view.
The three windows of the Temple of the Three Windows are a representation of Andean cosmology. Each window represents a spiritual level, the world above, the world we live in, and the underworld. The three windows are the largest at Machu Picchu.
That's the temple of the three windows. Hiram Bingham called the temple of the three windows because he saw three windows there. But for me, it's the temple of the Mother Earth. Es una de las razones que los españoles nunca supieron.
Here's a view of the surrounding area. Those mountains are probably 13,000, 14,000 feet high. One thing, if you come to Machu Picchu, get ready to walk up a lot of stairs and then down a lot of stairs at 8,000 feet above sea level. Okay, so here I am in Machu Picchu. I think I'm in the servants' quarters, and I'm going to demonstrate, because we're at high altitude, one thing you can do is get these oxy shots. Gives you a blast of oxygen. So I'm doing this not because I need it. So what you do is you put this on, and you put this covering your mouth and nose, 3 or 4 shots. Breathe in, breathe out. And you're as good as new. This is the intellectual area for the smart people. This is the nice part of town right here.
He was rather Victorian. He was in 8th grade.
Only to have an idea, in 1545,
This is one of the classrooms. And here we don't see the gable end for the roof.
Right.
Eh? This room was open, no roof. Yeah. And look, this tape of this stone. What do you think? Some guess?
Which one will?
Okay, wait.
Is it toilet?
No.
Well,
See the sky.
that's true.
It's a beam of light.
You know, this we call astronomical mirrors to study the constellation. You know?
Oh, okay.
If you put a seed of silver, you know, and water on top, that's good mirror to see the
Ah,
constellation.
interesting.
And also, when there is eclipse, you are not allowed to see that because you get blind. But you are able to see the eclipse through water.
That's true. That's true, man.
Am I good or what?
Yeah.
You should be a guide here.
Before, yeah.
I think I was here at one point.
For supported dintel for the roof. In this place, the Incas transmit the information by oral, you know, generation by generation, because the Incas, they didn't have a written language. The only way is by oral, generation by generation. This was the place. People talking and talking and talking.
I'm talking.
This was the gathering place.
Yes, the gathering place.
Because there was no written language back for the Incas.
To the Incas, yeah.
Okay.
Mayas, they have some.
Do you think
Aztecs have.
do you think by any chance that this area was built by aliens?
Not really. A proprio opinion, no, please. No, no. That's only speculation, but not really. No.
Maybe the Incas had some help. Okay, that is the Temple of the Sun, and that is our next stop. This is the
Rainy
fountain,
season rain
one of
every
them.
day, anytime, any moment. Dry season rain normally twice a week or 3 times a week.
That's your irrigation system.
All the year.
So they save water.
Temple of the Sun. Are there any remains in there?
Well, Hiraming never found any mummy there
Ah,
because you know the people here they took that mummy. So
They
for
took
them
the
very
mummy?
important. Yeah, when the people you know the Incas abandoned this place, they took the mummy, the most important mummy.
Good, good.
To be here.
so they cut this stone in half,
It's amazing.
and they wanted the light to come into where the tomb area
The
is.
Incas took advantage the natural formation. Yes, incorporate to the nature. All the time the Incas respect the nature. You know, just incorporate. It's amazing. Look here.
Where do
Very
you
nice
think
example.
there was the mummy laying?
Inside, you know, in the niche. Can you see the niches?
Uh-huh.
In there, in the fetal position. The very important man.
Standing up.
Exactly. And then look here, we can see again the 3 steps. They represent the Andean triology, you know.
That is the Temple of the Sun.
That temple has 2 windows. One window is for a winter solstice. But the other window is for a summer solstice. You know, the Incas control the time like
It's
this
curved too. It's one
Exactly,
of the few
exactly.
curved buildings
for the sun.
for the sun.
Yes, for the solstices.
Interesting.
You know?
And it's located right next to the tomb.
Yes. This dormitory has a small room considered as a toilet. Because that small room has a drainage. And that drainage goes toward to the river.
This is the royal residence. So if I were alive back then, this is where I'd be living. What room is this?
The living room.
Living room. This used to be the royal bed, covered in alpaca skin. Alright, so here's the royal toilet with the drainage. I don't see any toilet paper. Well, we got up at 4:15 this morning to see the sunrise at Machu Picchu. And the sun's in the east, and it's just starting to shine on Machu Picchu. And we have a lot of people here early in the morning. There's the sun.
Super fast.
It's a little after 7 a.m. and Machu Picchu is starting to light up more. Just an incredible sight. I mean, this has got to be one of the most scenic sights in the world.
Machu Picchu itself was constructed atop 2 fault lines. When an earthquake occurs, the stones in an Inca building are said to dance. That is, they bounce through the tremors and they fall back into place. Without this building method, many of the best-known buildings at Machu Picchu would have collapsed long ago.
What's it called at the top? Is that the sundial? The sundial's at the top there. Yesterday when we did our tour, I didn't get up there because I was feeling a little queasy. You get quite a workout here at high altitude. So the side nearest to us is more of the royal side, where the royalty stayed, and then across the way down there are where the servants lived. And down here is more the university side, they believe, where the teachings happened.
The Temple of the Condor is a series of rocks which form an outline of a flying condor with wings spread. The condor in Andean cosmology represents inside freedom. It contains 3 vaulted niches where the mummies of the noble class would have been placed.
How's it called? Getting better? Still.
Watch your step, everyone. Ooh. You can see down there. Be careful when you walk at this path. There are no guardrails here. And they're all entering the main gate. Well, before we head back to Cusco, one last look at the incredible Machu Picchu.
Huayna Picchu is a towering granite peak that overlooks Machu Picchu from the north. Many visitors hike to the top of the steep Inca path for a great view, but it can be dangerous. Many hikers haven't quite acclimated to the high altitude, the steps are steep, and sometimes there are no guardrails. Deaths occur from falling and from heart attacks, which is why the hike to the summit is also known as the hike of death.
One has to climb down many steps to get down here. We start up there. I believe that's where we were earlier, from above. This is the view from the servants' quarters, I believe. You can see how high up you have to climb up and down. I think we're at either 8,000 or 9,000 feet above sea level, which doesn't make it any easier. We just came up these very steep stairs. Yeah, this is not a walk in the park. But it's worth it for these incredible views. Goodbye, Machu Picchu. The hardest thing about Machu Picchu, the most dangerous, is not the high altitude or climbing up the steep steps and falling and possibly dying. It's getting up here and going down these winding roads with no guardrails.
Como estrella, testigo de mi amor. Un catástrofe, kataski, chununta titu, kalay kukyung hachasta, malakung guapapa. Su pollera que mandaba, como viento que bailaba, el bailar de su.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? I'm getting dizzy. back in Aguas Calientes. We have survived a Machu Picchu bus ride.